Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motorcars here in Rogers, Minnesota, suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today we're going to talk about that little GTO, really looking fine, a 64 GTO Convertible. I'll give you all the details in a moment. Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motorcars here in Rogers, Minnesota, suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today we're going to talk about our latest acquisition, a really nice car, a 64 GTO Convertible. Now talk about a nice car. First year, of course, for the GTO. Pontiac hit a grand slam when they came out with this car. Big motor, small body, fast car. That's what this is. This is one of the things I was just talking about to my friends here, that in 1964 it even said 6.5 liter engine on it. And Americans were like, what? What's 6.5? At 389, of course. But I mean, it's one of those things that Americans weren't used to the metric system, but they still put that on just because it was really big and they knew this was going to be a popular car any place in the world for that matter. Super neat car, came out of California, great California history. As I said, it's got the 389 V8 single 4-barrel, but someone ordered some of those nice extra options as well. They ordered the power steering and power brakes. Now you're going to want to watch this entire video from start to finish because we're going to do a cold start, we're going to do a walk around, give you all the details, and you can click on the link on the description and you can get all the information on this car and all its pictures and everything else, and or you can go to www.ellingsonmotorcars.com where we have all of our inventory, which is close to 100 classic and collectible cars, ranging all the way from cars in the 1920s all the way up into the 70s and beyond. So take a look at that. You'll find lots and lots of interesting cars that we currently have in stock. But this is such a beautiful example, well maintained from day one, beautiful chrome work on it. It is in its original Silvermist Gray paint, beautiful repaint, of course, and with the base coat clear, correct black vinyl interior as well. But like I said, this car was ordered with some nice options with that power steering, power brakes. You know, we're kind of spoiled by that stuff with our late model newer cars. In 1964, that was kind of a big thing to add those things onto a car, just because it was, you know, a few dollars, it cost more, made more price to the car because everything was an option. I mean, you had to get the checklist from the manager when you were at the sales guy. You checked off every detail that you were looking for this car. And of course, this particular car was ordered with nice stuff. Does have automatic transmission with a center console, dual exhaust, which is another one of those performance-orientated things that you can have. Nice thing about Pontiacs, you can register, you can find out stuff at the PHS, Pontiac Historical Society. You can get all the information on all Pontiacs, and what it'll give you all the story, where the car was bought new, where it was sold, all the options or whatever. You know, GTO was an option in 1964. It wasn't really a standalone line until about 1966, give or take. So it's just one of those things that it was a nice option that you put on a car, and someone did a really nice job. I love the correct redline tires, which was something that the cars would have, many of them would have come with in the day, and the upgraded Rallye wheels of its era, which are really nice with the beauty rings and the center cap. Just very nice example. Like I said, car from California. Take a look at the underside of this car. It is just spectacular. Really a nice car. But I'm looking at the inside. You know, GTO's had kind of the machine turned dash stuff. It's got actually its original AM radio in place. Wood grain steering wheel. Bucket seats, of course. Center console automatic. Someone has put in some extra gauges, so you have an amp gauge, and it looks like an oil gauge and perhaps a temperature gauge, because many of these cars in the era had idiot lights. Well, we always know what an idiot light. By the time the oil gauge light came on, if that light came on when you're driving, you might be in trouble. So those extra gauges give you a little more confidence and keeps you abreast of what you're going through. Now you can find all of our stuff on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram as well. You know, give us a like, leave us a comment, or subscribe. We appreciate it, and you'll find more information on this car, cars that we currently have in inventory, and cars that we've had in the past. So if you're out there perusing the internet looking for something to do, take a look at those sites as well. You'll find some really, really nice stuff. Again, the car came with a black vinyl top, power top, of course, which is really a nice option. Slip of a button, bing, top goes up. You get caught in the rain or whatever, you're good. You got yourself covered. Like I said, it does have dual exhaust. And I'll tell you what, one thing that I always look at on these cars, a lot of the trim work was a pot metal base or whatever, and sometimes you get lots of that pitting and whatever around like the taillight bezels and whatever. Not on this one. I mean, they are absolutely beautiful all the way around. And I know it's expensive to have those redone or replaced, so that's always a nice thing to have done. Someone's already done the work for you if you want it. Well, I guess the other question I always have, if you want to come down in person, we'd love to have you come down to Ellingson's anytime. We are open Monday through Friday from 10 until 5 and Saturdays 10 to 4 as well. If you're like me, I kind of like to come down. I know spots where I want to look at. I mean, look at the vent window stuff. All this stuff is just absolutely beautiful. You know, we're spoiled with our cars that come from California with California history because they are so nice. And that's what we kind of cater to, have cars that are turnkey, ready to go. So if you're looking for that GTO the first year to add to your collection, you're looking for a convertible to boot, we've got one stellar example right here at Ellingson's. Come on down, take a look, and thank you again for visiting, and we appreciate you watching the video. See you next time.